G'day, g'day. Welcome to Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. And we are actually working from Gravesend Australia. This is the first build that I'm doing here at Gravesend Australia in the town of Gravesend. Previously all my videos, or all my attempts to make these cars look better, were done down in Sydney where I was working. I hope you enjoyed the last few videos that have come out, as they were the last ones which I actually did in Sydney. It's taken me almost 3 months to set this up, and why not start with a diecast and modelers community challenge or event. We call it event rather than a challenge because everybody is welcome. There's no first prize, there's no last prize. It's just an appreciation of what we all do. Anyway, what we have here is a Dinky Toys Karmann Ghia. So let's go over to my revised workbench and let's see how long I can keep it clean, and we'll have a closer look at it. See you over there. So let's have a closer look at this bad boy. Now it might help if I actually held the thing the right way around. There we go. Volkswagen Karmann Ghia Dinky Toys, made in England, Meccano Limited, and by looks of things it used to be a green bottom by looks of things, and I think it used to be cream and green. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but the previous owner looks like he's painted it into a police car, a US police car, which was usually black and white. Now, as you can see, the paint is all over the shop. The screen is there. By looks of things, no interior in this one, but the screen is in a one piece. And I'm not seeing any cracks down the back and down the front. The roof looks square. The hubs are there, but we're missing boots. So we'll need to make some boots for this thing, or we'll do a wheel swap, depending on what I do with it. It has 2 posts in here. I'm just seeing how that goes to the end. It's very flush. There is suspension in it. So let's move on to the next sequence, and that's taking this thing apart. As per usual, I use the burr tool to go around the post just to flatten it out, and you can see that we just have a little slot there. It's only take enough to take the head off the post, and we generally get a pop out, and that's what we're going to do now. Now I'll get my handy dandy screwdriver, because I haven't seen one from Matchbox Resurrection for a while, so I'll steal some of his lines, like I steal other people's lines. Anyway, stop gabbering or yabbering, and let's get this thing apart. So we'll lift up. We have a rusty suspension, and we shall get a never prepared. I'll get a little cup to put stuff in. Look at that. Not even here 5 minutes and already got things dirty. Anyway, so we'll take the wheels out from the spring. They can go in there and we'll polish them up. The spring will go into some CLR, calcium, lime and rust, to get rid of that. Never know, I'll have to check to see if they have any evapor rust here in Australia. I don't know. I'll have to do some investigating. Anyway, next thing is, as said in our previous sequence, no interior. And the bars shall pop out. It is rather dirty, but it's not broken. That is the main thing. So this should clear up nicely. So we'll stick it in our bin with our axles, and that leaves us our casting. So we'll move on to the next sequence. Well, seeing as we've moved home, we've got ourselves a new stripper venue. We have an old car in it. We have some new stripper in there. Let's see how we go with them liking some hot water. We did put the base plate in there as well. And everybody wants to talk to me at the same time. Isn't that nice? So we'll do that. Well, give them some privacy. As you can see, that they've already pulled the curtains on us. So we'll come back and we'll do some polishing. You know what? I'm going to bring in the big guns. These cheap rubbish, they never work. So I'll bring in the big gun. Stand by. Just a little update on our Dinky Karmann Ghia. We have got it in primer for the moment. We have painted the base plate and we did polish up the wheels, and I'll have to put that one back in underneath the spring plate. Very easy to do, so we'll set that one aside for the moment. We'll set the car aside for the moment. Now the next thing that we're updating up, tongue-tied, fumble, loose lips is of course the windscreen. Now the screen is nice and clean. It was in one piece until Fumble Fingers got there. Oh, sorry, Fumble Fingers. It wasn't entirely your fault because this casting is quite old, and what has happened is one of the, if it will show up here, one of the legs has broken off. Now, I'm not too concerned about it because I'm going to use some white glue and put it in up the top here. It will hold up on the roof. I'm not going to use super glue to attach it because the super glue will cloud the screen. So we're going to try and avoid clouding the screen. So unfortunately that's what we'll have to do, but it will sit in by gluing it into the top. There is plenty of room for if I bring it out, if I put some glue onto this cross piece, it should hold up in place into the casting. These legs do help on the base plate. Stop yabbering on, let's get crack-a-lacking, as PB Pete would say, and get onto this part of the screen. So we'll just still need to dunk it in some floor polish. Some people use gauzy. I'll just use a no-name brand of floor polish that I got from the supermarket, or you can get it from the hardware store. Just do our little swishy swish. And we shall put a cover over it, because we have got some mosquitoes around here at the moment. Up here at Gravesend we've had a fair amount of rain, and the humidity up here is bringing them out. Something that I'm not used to. Been in Sydney for the past 8 years, so something I've got to get used to again. Anyway, we'll catch you up, because the next thing I'm going to do is a mask. Cast too high. I'll be masking up the casting because she's going to a two-tone. So we'll catch you in a moment. All right, so we have our vehicle masked up. Top is going to be white. The bottom colour, you'll just have to wait for the reveal. See you there. Okay, it's tyre making time. This is a mould that I previously made, and I normally use a Sikaflex 227, but since I've moved, I don't know where I've gone, or I should say where that tube has gone. So we're going to use another Sikaflex, and this time's out of a caulking gun. So let's see how we go with this. I will be making some new moulds later on this year, but we'll use the ones that we've got. Let's clean the end off. And we shall put a stopper in the end of the Sikaflex. Unload it completely, and we'll put it to one side. Now, of course, I didn't put gloves on. Again, that's why we have this other stuff here. What we'll do is just spread it around a little bit. Just make sure that we're in our holds. There's a joke in there, Joyce. And we can wipe that off in that other side. And now we squeeze together. Clean up our screwdriver, and now we'll let that one set. And while I've got to wait for a few hours, for you, it will be back shortly. This is just a reminder as to what I started with at the beginning of this episode, and the Dinky toys, Karmann Ghia. And here we are. Now, here is the result of our Dinky Karmann Ghia for the Diecast and Modelers event of any Dinky vehicle. What have we done with it? Naturally, we pulled it apart, we've polished up the hubs, we've made new booties, we've detailed the tail lights and the headlights, we polished the window unit, we've given it a two-tone paint. Not original, but then again, I'm not original either. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is one of my better ones. hopefully we can still improve as we go on, now that I'm back home at Gravesend. If I haven't attached it at the end of this segment, the next video out will be the other contributors, or the other people, that joined in on this event from the diecast and modelist community. So why not come over and join us? I'll leave a link to our Facebook page in the description. And on Friday nights, that's 9 PM UK time, we have a gathering, a live gathering via Messenger, and we talk about our diecasts, our projects. We have questions if we have any problems, and after about an hour, it's anything goes. It's not all about diecast. We talk about plastic models, wooden models, paper models, and models in general. There's a joke in there, Joyce. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like the video. That'll help generate more viewers. And of course, subscribe if you haven't. Catch you next time on Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage.